I spent weeks planning the perfect baby shower. On the day of, my mother-in-law showed up in a white gown, grabbed the microphone, and yelled, "Let's celebrate the woman who made this all possible, me." Then she unwrapped her own gift in front of everyone, a onesie that said Grandma's favorite. So, this happened a few months ago, and I'm still not over it. I'm 32, from Austin, Texas, and at the time, I was 8 months pregnant with my first baby. What should have been a beautiful, emotional day turned into the most embarrassing moment of my life, all thanks to my mother-in-law. Let me walk you through it. Let's start with Patricia, my mother-in-law. You know the type. Loud, controlling. Thinks every family event revolves around her. From the moment I got pregnant, she treated it like her pregnancy. Constant phone calls. Unwanted advice. Random gifts I never asked for. She even bought a crib for her house before we bought one for ours. We didn't even talk about overnights. Every time she visited, she'd talk to my belly like I wasn't even there. She'd say things like, "You're going to love Grandma so much more than Mommy. Grandma has cookies and a pool." I thought maybe it was just excitement. Maybe she'd calm down. Nope. My husband, Matt, saw it too. He tried talking to her a few times. Told her to chill, to give us space. But she always had some passive-aggressive comeback like, "I'm just being a good grandma. Sorry for loving my grandchild." Anyway, I started planning my baby shower around 6 months in. I knew I didn't want anything crazy, just something calm, sweet, and personal. Garden party vibes. Floral dresses. Finger food. Lemonade. Soft music. Just family and close friends in our backyard. I didn't want a big hall. I didn't want party games. I didn't want people guessing the circumference of my belly. When I told Patricia the plan, she looked disappointed. "That sounds boring," she said. I smiled, ignored it, and moved on. 2 weeks later, I got a group text from her. "Shower surprise. I booked a venue. We're doing a safari theme, so fun, right?" I froze. She had invited over 60 people. Some I didn't even know. People from her book club. Old coworkers. Her manicurist. I had invited 20. Only people I actually knew. I called her immediately. "Why would you do this?" She said, "Because you're pregnant and stressed." "I'm helping. Don't worry, I'm great at throwing parties." I said, "But it's my baby shower." She replied, "It's our baby. I mean, without me, there'd be no Matt, and without Matt, there'd be no baby. So technically, this is my celebration too." No joke. That's word for word. I told her to cancel everything. She refused. Said the deposits were non-refundable. Matt stepped in and told her, "We're doing the shower at our house. You're welcome to come, but you're not planning it. Period." She cried. She actually cried. Told him he was choosing his wife over his own mother. Yup. That's the point. Weeks went by. I planned everything myself. My best friend helped. My mom helped. It was going to be beautiful. Sunday came. Weather was perfect. Sunny, warm. Backyard looked amazing. White chairs. Flower centerpieces. A banner that said, "Welcome, baby." I wore a blush pink dress that matched the roses. It was the first time I felt actually happy during pregnancy. Not swollen. Not exhausted. Just excited. People started arriving. Everything was going well. Then I heard it. Gasps. I turned toward the gate, and there she was. Patricia. Wearing a long white gown. Like, wedding gown white. With pearls. A freaking tiara. Holding a white clutch and a microphone. My heart dropped. I could hear whispers. Is that her mother-in-law? Is she wearing a wedding dress? Is this a joke? She walked right up the path like it was her runway. Smiled at everyone. Then, I kid you not, walked up to the mic stand near the cake table. I whispered to Matt, "Stop her. Right now." Too late. She tapped the mic and said, "Hello, everyone. Before we begin, I just want to say a few words. I know today is about the baby, But I think it's also important to celebrate the woman who made this all possible, me. I felt the heat rise up my chest. I was frozen. She went on. Without me, there would be no Matt. Without Matt, no baby. So really, today is a celebration of legacy, of motherhood, of grandmotherhood. Then she pulled out a gift bag. I brought a little present for my future grandbaby. She pulled out a onesie that said in big sparkly letters. People started murmuring. Someone let out a nervous laugh. My aunt looked at me with a WTF face. My best friend looked ready to tackle her. She kept talking. I know there's been some confusion around who's planning what, but in the end, love wins. And I love this baby more than anyone in the world. I felt a weird mix of rage and humiliation. I walked inside to catch my breath, and my mom followed. I was shaking. She asked if I wanted to kick Patricia out. I nodded. Matt came inside. Do you want me to do it? Yes. He went out, pulled Patricia aside. I watched from the kitchen window. I saw her face change. She waved her arms, yelled something, then stormed out the gate, dragging her gown in the grass. Some people clapped quietly. Some looked stunned. Everyone was confused. I took a deep breath, went back out, smiled like nothing happened. The rest of the party was okay, but the mood was off. People kept glancing around like they were waiting for her to pop back in. She didn't. The day after the baby shower, I thought maybe, just maybe, things would calm down. I was wrong. At first, I ignored her. I didn't call. I didn't text. Neither did Matt. We thought silence would send a clear message. But Patricia didn't go quiet. Nope. She went nuclear. 2 days after the shower, my phone started blowing up. Notifications. Messages. Tags. Patricia had posted on Facebook. A long, public post. One of those dramatic ones with emojis, paragraphs, and a sad selfie. It started with, "It breaks my heart to be treated like a stranger in my own son's life. I raised him with love, gave him everything, and now I'm being pushed aside by a woman who only sees me as a threat. All I wanted was to celebrate this beautiful child." It went on and on. She twisted everything. Said she had graciously offered to help and was attacked and humiliated. She said she had no idea her outfit would be seen as offensive and that it was just a formal dress. Then she posted a photo from the shower, one of her holding the mic. Caption: "A grandmother's love is stronger than jealousy." People started commenting. Some were on her side. "Oh no, you don't deserve this. Family should be closer during times like these. You're going to be the best grandma." Others knew better. A few commented things like, "Maybe don't wear a wedding dress to a baby shower? Why are you making this about you?" Respect boundaries. She deleted those. That evening, Matt's cousin Rachel added me to a new group chat. It was called Family Discussion Baby Boundaries. I almost laughed. Inside were Patricia, her 2 sisters, Rachel, and 3 cousins. All from her side. All talking about me. Rachel messaged me privately. "Heads up, Patricia's trying to rally everyone. She wants a family intervention. She says you need to apologize." I said, "For what?" "Having a baby shower?" Rachel, apparently for embarrassing her in front of her people. I left the group. That Sunday, Patricia went to her church, a small, tight-knit group she's been part of for years. She asked the pastor if she could share a personal testimony. He let her speak after service. She got up and said something along the lines of, "When families are torn apart by pride, we must remember that children need all their grandparents. I've been pushed away by someone who doesn't know what family truly means. Please pray for my son and his wife, that they may find humility." Guess who heard about this? My coworker's mom goes to that same church. She texted me right after, saying, "Is everything okay? Patricia spoke today. It sounded really personal." I was furious. This woman turned my pregnancy into her public therapy session. Okay, this part? This part made my blood boil. A week later, I had an ultrasound appointment. Routine checkup. Matt was working, so my mom offered to go with me. Guess who showed up uninvited? Patricia. I walked into the waiting room, and there she was, sitting with a gift bag, smiling like we were best friends. I thought I'd surprise you, she said. I looked at the receptionist. She's not on the guest list. Receptionist. Only one guest allowed. Patricia, she'll want me there. I shook my head. No, I don't. She tried to argue. The nurse had to escort her out. She was crying. Loudly. Saying things like, "You're shutting me out of my grandbaby's life." People stared. I was mortified. My mom was speechless. 2 days later, we got an envelope in the mail. A formal invitation. You're cordially invited to Patricia's grandbaby welcome celebration date, 2 weeks after my due date. Location, Patricia's house. Guests, over 40 people. Description, come meet our family's newest angel, our gift from heaven, Patricia's first grandchild. Patricia's grandchild. Not mine. Not ours. Hers. I lost it. We hadn't even talked about when visitors could come after the birth. We hadn't made a plan. And she just scheduled her own party? Matt was livid. He called her and told her it wasn't happening. That we wouldn't be going. That she needed to respect us as parents. She yelled. Called me names. Said I was controlling and toxic. She said, "You can't keep my grandchild from me." Matt said, "Watch us." A few days after Matt shut her down about the grandbaby welcome party, things got quiet. Too quiet. No texts. No calls. No surprise appearances. I thought maybe she finally got the message. Nope. 1 week later, we got a letter in the mail. Not a card. Not a note. A certified letter. From a lawyer. Patricia had actually hired an attorney. It wasn't a lawsuit, not yet. But it was a formal notice stating her intent to pursue visitation rights after the baby was born. It included paragraphs about grandparental bonding, emotional distress, and, I swear I'm not making this up, my rights to be present in the early weeks of my grandchild's life. I was shaking. I handed it to Matt. He sat down, read it, then said, "She's actually gone off the deep end." The craziest part? We live in Texas. Grandparents here don't automatically get rights unless there's a divorce or the parents are proven unfit. Which we're not. We're boring, overly prepared, happily married parents-to-be. We don't even let the milk expire. So this? It was pure intimidation. We took it to a real lawyer. He read the letter and laughed. Said it was a scare tactic. Nothing would hold up unless she could prove neglect or harm. Still, it was chilling. She wasn't just being annoying anymore. She was trying to force herself into our lives, legally. Fast forward 3 weeks. I'm now 38 weeks pregnant. I've barely slept. Everything hurts. Baby is sitting on my bladder like it's a beanbag chair. Matt and I are grocery shopping when his phone rings. It's his aunt. She's crying. Says Patricia fell at home. Hit her head. It's bad, she says. She's in the ER. She's asking for you and the baby. Matt panics. We rush out of the store. Drive straight to the hospital. My back is killing me. We run inside. Guess who we see through the glass in the ER waiting area? Patricia. Fully dressed. Makeup done. Sitting up. Smiling. She waves. The nurse comes over. She's not admitted. She walked in, said she was dizzy, but we couldn't find anything wrong. Matt looks at me, stunned. She faked a medical emergency, just to get us there. We turn and walk right out. She tries to follow us, calling our names. We get in the car. I cry the whole way home, from rage, from exhaustion, from hormones, from all of it. 2 weeks later, I go into labor. Real, can't talk through the contractions labor. We rush to the hospital. We've already told staff, no visitors, no info to family unless we say so. After 11 hours, baby is born. A beautiful, healthy baby girl. We name her Isla. We text my mom, Matt's dad, a few close friends. No one else. 3 hours later, the nurse walks in and says, "There's someone in the waiting room asking to see the baby." I say, "We didn't approve anyone." Nurse checks the name. It's Patricia. She found out where we were. Came anyway. Demanded to be let in. Told the front desk she was essential family and that her son must have forgotten to tell them she was allowed. We tell the nurse to turn her away. The next day, I get a text. "You're not the only one who loves that baby. You can't keep me away forever." We block her again. 2 weeks later, Matt gets an anonymous tip. A message through Facebook from a woman neither of us know. It says, "You don't know me, but I think I might be your half-sister. I found out recently that Patricia isn't just your mom, she's also mine. She gave me up for adoption in 1990. I'm not looking for anything from you. Just wanted you to know." Matt reads it 3 times before saying anything. He messages her back. They talk. She sends paperwork, photos, records. It's real. Patricia had a child in college, a girl she never told anyone about. Not even Matt. And now that woman, Emma, had tracked her down through ancestry websites. When Emma reached out to Patricia, she denied everything. Said Emma was confused. Said Matt was her only child. Then blocked her. Matt was stunned. Said all this time she's acted like this perfect, devoted mother, and she abandoned her first kid and lied about it for decades. It explained a lot. The control, the guilt trips, the obsession with being the only one, the desperation to rewrite her past. And now she saw Isla as her second chance. But we weren't going to let her use our daughter to fix her broken story. After the DNA bombshell, I couldn't stay quiet anymore. I wasn't going to let Patricia control our lives or rewrite her past while hiding behind Facebook posts and fake tears. So I did the one thing she never expected. I told everyone the truth. It started with one post. I typed it out at 3 a.m. while rocking Isla to sleep. No filters. No sugarcoating. Just the truth. To the family and friends who've heard Patricia's version of events, here's ours. My husband and I planned a baby shower. She showed up in a white gown, hijacked the mic, and made it about herself. She's been crossing boundaries ever since, faking emergencies, threatening legal action, and trying to force her way into our newborn's life. She also lied about her past. My husband just found out he has a half-sister Patricia gave up at birth and then denied existed. If you think this woman is the victim, ask yourself why she keeps rewriting every story she's in. We're not perfect, but we're tired of pretending. This ends now. I attached screenshots, the lawyer letter, her Facebook rant, and even her hospital stunt. Thank you, nurse friend, who confirmed it wasn't real. Then I posted it. I expected chaos. I didn't expect how fast it would explode. Within hours, it had over 100 comments. Family members messaged us, some furious, some apologizing. Her friends were stunned. Some deleted her. Others asked questions she didn't want to answer. She called us over and over. We didn't pick up. Then she showed up at our house. We didn't let her in. 3 days later, she had her meltdown. Public. She went live on Facebook. Hair messy. Eyes swollen. Ranting. I'm being bullied. My own son has turned against me. That woman, she's poisoned him. Now everyone's talking about things that don't concern them. My past is my business. I did what I had to do. And now I'm being erased from my granddaughter's life. It was unhinged. She cried. Screamed. Then ended the live with, maybe the world would be better off without me. That last line scared us. Matt called her brother. They checked on her. She was okay. Dramatic, but safe. Still, it shook us up. This wasn't just revenge anymore. It was a mess that spilled into everything, and no one was walking away clean. We decided to meet one last time. Matt, Patricia, and me. In person. Neutral location. A family counselor present. We sat down. She was quiet, nervous. No tiara, no microphone. Just her, in jeans and a sweater, looking smaller than I'd ever seen her. She started by blaming us again. Said we humiliated her. That we took everything too far. I told her, you tried to sue us. You showed up at my ultrasound. You wore a wedding dress to my baby shower. She looked at Matt. I just wanted to matter. He said, you could have mattered. You could have been part of this. But you tried to control it. And you hurt us. Then he said something I didn't expect. I need space from you. For a long time. I love you. But I can't trust you around my family right now. She broke down. Said sorry. A few times. Not a full apology, not really. But close enough to tell she knew she went too far. We walked out. Told her we'd let her know when we were ready to talk again. That was 4 months ago. We haven't spoken since. Now here's where I admit something. I wasn't perfect either. I should have been clearer about boundaries sooner. I should have stood up to her from the beginning instead of hoping Matt would handle it. I let things build, and by the time I exploded, I made it public. That hurt people who weren't even involved. I own that. But I also don't regret defending my family. I was done being quiet. Done playing nice while someone walked all over us and called it love. Sometimes protecting your child means breaking a few rules. And sometimes revenge looks like silence. Like blocking the chaos. Like giving people space to sit in the mess they made alone. Patricia made her choices. And now, so have we. Our daughter is safe. Happy. Growing. She doesn't know the drama yet. But one day, she'll ask about her grandma. And I'll tell her this. She was a woman who let her pride get in the way of love. And we gave her every chance to be better. But when someone keeps choosing control over connection, sometimes the only thing left to do is let go.